Gymnastics rings, the original all-in-one gym, the original train anywhere, anytime gym. Suspended training before suspension trainers were cool and always cheaper than suspension trainers. These are the BCG Gym Rings that you can get from Academy Sports. They're technically the BCG CrossFit Wooden Gym Rings, so they're 1.25 inch diameter. And they give you 2 rings, 2 straps. And by the way, these straps are pretty solid. I've never had an issue with the straps. Good cam buckles. They're numbered straps. They roll up. I like this little thing right here. Keeps it rolled up, and plus you can roll up your excess strap and, you know, bunch it up and wrap that around it, and it'll keep it out of the way instead of dangling. So those are kind of the specs for this thing. Regular price $30, $29.99 at Academy Sports, but they're often on sale. I got mine on sale for cheaper than that. But yeah, I've had gym rings now for, I want to say, over a year, maybe a little bit longer. And to be honest, I just now started using them more often than I have in the past year. I probably used them more in the last couple months than I have in the last year or so, or maybe over a year. I don't know. I've had them for a long time. But to be honest, I kind of stink with them. You will see from the B-roll when I'm like doing dips and stuff, I'm still not the most stable and accurate at it, but I aim to improve. If you've been following the channel, you know that I've been getting into more calisthenics and weighted calisthenics stuff, and you know, rings are a staple in that, and I like the challenge. You know, rings are, like I said, the original train anywhere, train anytime thing, insofar as you can find a place to hang them. So, you know, you can hang these things pretty much anywhere. Over a tree branch, you go to a park, they have bars at the park, you can just hang them over the bars there. You can hang them over a pull-up bar if you want to. Or you can even do what I do and mount them on like a ceiling mounts. I know that a lot of people rent, but you drill holes in your walls. I don't know why people who rent are so weird about drilling holes in the ceiling. You drill holes in the walls to hang pictures because you have a year lease. When I was drilling my ceiling mounts in my house, and yes, I know I own my house, but I used to not always own houses, but I I didn't get them, you know, across from each other in the right place. I kind of had them offset like that a little bit when I looked up because I didn't do my measurements and markings right. And so I had to move one of them down a little bit and drill 2 new holes. But you just get this putty stuff and plug the hole. It's no big deal. So if you rent and you want ceiling mounts, put them up. It's no big deal. You just take this putty stuff and thumb it in there. When you need to cover the hole and scrape it off, it's like it takes like a minute and a half to cover it up. So I don't know. People say I rent. I don't want to use doorway pull-up bars, and I don't want to drill hole. Why not? You drill holes for pictures. Drill holes for ceiling mounts or wall mounts. Who cares? It's not hard to fix. And I'm like probably one of the least handy people you'll ever run into, and I took care of it just fine. Anyway, so one of the things that I like about rings is it can do everything that a suspension trainer can do, as well as a suspension trainer can do it. If some people may not find, you know, gripping these as nice as handles that rotate, or you know, they don't have, you know, the foot slings and all of that stuff. But I mean, you know, you're working out. It doesn't have to be comfy all the time. But yeah, it could do all of those things that you can do with a normal suspension trainer, and then some. It can do what many suspension trainers can't. Not all of them. The sling trainer from like Angles 90, you can do certain things, and then like I've seen people do like pull-ups with and dips with like the monkey bars or whatever, suspension trainers. But most suspension trainers, you're not going to be doing pull-ups and dips. But of course, with gym rings, you can do pull-ups and dips, and even ring muscle-ups, which is something that I can't do. You can also do front and back levers, which are things that I can't do. You can do L-sits, which I typically do on my EQ bars or my parallettes. not so great at it with the rings. Skin the cat, which is something else I am not quite proficient at, and iron crosses, which is yet another thing that I can't do. So there's a lot of things with the rings that you can do if you have skills, which I don't. But I'm still going to be working towards unlocking some of those skills, and I'm going to work hard, even if I never actually unlock them, because why not try, right? Why not try? I train alone. I train at my office alone. I train at my house alone. I train at parks alone. It's not like in the seminary business we have a whole lot of fit people to train with you, right? So, you know, I just train by myself. And so nobody's going to see me embarrass myself. Now, maybe one day I will have, you know, I'm not one that's self-conscious about things, but I still stink so bad that I won't show you bad B-roll of me stinking so bad yet. But I may show that at some point when I get at least somewhat not entirely pathetic at trying to unlock these skills. But so stay tuned. That'll make for an entertaining video watching me try these things. But I want to get a little bit better than absolutely garbage at them before. Let me at least get to garbage instead of absolute garbage at these skills in my development. But I'm going to work towards them. I'm 45 years old. I've only been training for 3 years. I've only been working with these rings consistently for about 2 months or so, and I'm nowhere close, and I need to just pick one and stick at it and train, because I like to do my other training for strength and muscle building and all that other stuff. So anyway, but rings are something that everyone should have. Everyone should have a set of rings. Seriously. Especially if you're into bodyweight training. They're portable and a lot of fun. And you can do full body workouts with them, right? It covers most all of your functional movement patterns, okay? You got your vertical pulls and your pull-ups and chin-ups. You've got your vertical pushes, though, you know, it's kind of weird when you do like T-raises and stuff, but still, it's same type of movement pattern. You've got your horizontal pulls with rows. You got your horizontal pushes with chest presses and pull-ups. And by the way, I was very impressed because even though I admittedly stink at rings, doing elevated ring push-ups, I was able to get that pretty good. Like I put my feet on the plyo box and had the rings just hanging there above, you know, the ground floor is kind of on an incline, though the angle doesn't show that well. So, I mean, not an incline, a decline, even though the angle doesn't show it that well. And I pulled those off. Now, as far as doing flies like that, not so much. You can do squatting and hinging movements. You can, if you tuck your knees in, you can, you know, do rotation exercises. You know, you can work your obliques by just doing angled oblique exercises while doing like hanging leg raises and stuff, and you can work the obliques that way as well. So, I mean, there's just limitless. You can't, I mean, as far as like a carry, no, I mean, these are light. You're not going to be building massive traps walking around carrying this. But all the other patterns, yeah, this will pretty much cover it. Full total body workout. You can do compound exercises. You can do isolation exercises. And yeah, I do. I've always trained my legs even just as effectively as using anything else when I use suspension training or rings. I just add a weight vest for that. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, you can get a lot of mileage out of, you know, slowing your rep speed down and just doing bodyweight squats or sissy squats, you know, while balancing yourself with the rings. I found you know, foot cradles on suspension trainers are ideal, but like a lot of suspension trainers, you know, they, especially the more compact ones, don't have the foot cradles. They just have handles. You just slide the handle to the side and just use the strap. And I actually just use the strap when I'm like trying to hook my feet in there for knee tucks or for hamstring curls and bridges and stuff. So I find that helpful as opposed to trying to situate my feet with these things. For those type of exercises, you may prefer to use the rings, but it just like this sits better on my heel than trying to sit this on my heel and stuff like that or whatever. So that's how I do it. I don't know if other people do it that way or not. But yeah, like I said, should you use rings? I think everyone should keep a pair of rings around if you're really a fitness enthusiast. Like I said, pull-up bars, even those J-Flex cross grips can hold rings. So, you know, even if you're in a hotel room and you have those cross grips, which I reviewed in a prior video, they'll support the rings, just total body workout, just like that. So, yeah, they're worth having. Yeah, I mean, it's almost a must for people in calisthenics. And it is pretty much the original suspended training device. It is, you know, just an all-in-one. You can do just about anything and everything for a complete body workout for less than the cost of most suspension trainers, depending on which, I mean, some of these things are pricey. Some ring sets are pricey, and I'm sure the pricier ones are better quality for whatever reason. But even if you just wanted to go pick up this set from Academy Sports and just start training with them, go for it. I recommend these. These are great for the $30, you know. You can look at Academy Sports, and usually right across from the $30 rings is a $150 TRX, which is totally not worth the price that they're asking for. So, yeah, there you go. Ring training for you. I think most people should try it, you know. For $30, or maybe you can find it on sale for cheaper. It's a cheap way to get into fitness and still be able to cover most everything that you could ever need in a workout. So those are my thoughts. If you like the video, click the like button. If you don't like the video, click the dislike button. Don't care either way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you want to support the channel, you can do that by going to patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. Appreciate you watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.